Today I will be doing 10 quotes from Plotinus. So, Plotinus, he was born around 20. Oh, my notes just went down. Hold on. Interesting. So, coming back. So, Plotinus, he was born in 204 to 270 AD. He was a major philosopher of the ancient Roman world, widely regarded as the founder of Neoplatonism. He taught that reality emanates from a single divine source, known as the One or the Good, and his philosophy focused on the soul's return to this divine origin. So I'll read out the 10 quotes and then we'll get your divine insight on these. So, Plotinus, he said, number one, never stop working on your statue until the divine glory of virtue shines out on you, until you see self mastery enthroned upon its holy seat. Two, the philosopher is a lover of wisdom, and he seeks not mere knowledge, but the realization of eternal truths. Three, the soul that beholds beauty becomes beautiful. 4. Withdraw into yourself and look. 5. The stars are like letters that inscribe themselves at every moment in the sky. Everything in the world is full of signs. All events are coordinated. All things depend on each other. Everything breathes together. 6. We must not run after it, but we must fit ourselves for the vision and then wait tranquilly for it. As the eye waits on the rising of the sun, which in its own time appears above the horizon and gives itself to our sight. 7. Fear must be entirely banished. The purified soul will fear nothing. 8. The world is knowable, harmonious, and good. 9. We must close our eyes and evoke a new manner of seeing, a wakefulness that is the birthright of us all, though few put it to use. 10. Thus, with the good we have the bad. We have opposed movements of a dancer guided by one artistic plan. We recognize in his steps the good as against the bad and see that in the opposition lies the merit of the design. So that is 10 quotes by Plotinus, Roman philosopher.
Welcome to the Kriya Yoga Masterclass, the #1 yoga community on SKOOL. Inside you'll get unlimited access to live weekly Kriya Yoga classes, soul talks live from a Thailand beach, live Kriya Yoga satsangs, bi-monthly full moon and new moon holy fires, 500 plus on-demand videos, and you get it all for only $200. One-time payment, lifetime access. Go to Kriya Yoga Masterclass and join the Kriya Yoga Masterclass today. Go to kriyayogamasterclass.com. Inside the Kriya Yoga shop, you'll discover 108 Raksha beads and Vedgari Moksha's divine hand-painted artwork on t-shirts, notebooks, tumblers, and canvases for Kali, Samadhi, Shiva and Shakti, Babaji on the fire, Lord Ganesha, the 7 chakras, the Sri Yantra, Enlightened Vedguru Dev, the Holy Yagna Fire, Shanmukhi Mudra. If this artwork represents your soul, visit kriyayogashop.com. 10 quotes by Plotinus. I'm not familiar, but I'll do my best to answer it.
Me too. I was just like, wow, this guy's, he knows what he's talking about. All right. Number 1, never stop working on your statue until the divine glory of virtue shines out onto you, until you see self-mastery enthroned upon its holy seat.
Yeah, so we're always a house under construction. That's what I always like to say. Like, the job is never done. We're never finished. There's always something you could do. So I like how he put it. Never stop working on your statue. Your statue could always use some refinement, always could use some extra stuff to look a little better. So we're always a house under construction. We're always building. We're always refining. We're always making additions to our house. We're always constantly trying to be better than we were yesterday, you know? Like, I have a practice of going in the bathroom when I wake up and before I go to sleep, self-observing myself. What was I proud of that I did today? What was I not so proud of? And trying to self-observe myself and be not 100% better tomorrow, just 1% better, just trying to gradually make progress and be better and learn from my mistakes. So we're always a house under construction. I always like when Patanjali says in the Yoga Sutras, the line to God is not a straight line, it's a zigzag. Some days are better than the other. We just take it on the chin. We're built for this, and keep going.
Yeah.
Keep adding, keep refining, keep polishing your statue, keep making it better than it was yesterday. And you know, you should be pretty good. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the mentality I have. I'm always polishing and sanding my statue and trying to make it look a little better than it was yesterday. So
Yeah.
always a house under construction, always sculpting our statue, polishing it, shining it up, to be
Yeah.
better than it was yesterday. So always a work in progress.
Yeah. I'd like to say, like, making yourself a piece of art. You're a piece of artwork transforming itself. I am a. Ah.
Absolutely.
Number two, the philosopher is a lover of wisdom, and he seeks not mere knowledge, but the realization of eternal truths.
Yeah, so in Kriya Yoga, we call it yana, which is wisdom, or yan. And we're always seeking wisdom and knowledge and insights on the spiritual path. So our thirst for knowledge and wisdom is infinite, no ending. So we're always looking for insights. We're always looking for knowledge, and we we stay light on our toes. We keep our mind open for knowledge from wherever it comes from. I accept knowledge from all people. And when we were in the Himalayan mountains, we walked with all spiritual traditions. We loved them all, right? They all had great knowledge. They all had great insights. And, I always like to contemplate other spiritual traditions, knowledge, so I can maybe put it in my pocket and add it to my own, So, yeah, I always enjoy other people's knowledge because I don't claim to know everything, and I'm open and light on my toes to all spiritual traditions. We love them all. We walk with them all. We love them all, There's no divide and conquer. If you're really walking the spiritual path, we love them all. It's not my football team is better than your football team. We love all football teams, So whatever your label, whatever your title is, we love them all, Swamis, sadhus, lamas, agoris, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, we love them all, And whoever else I left out. Native Indians, we love them all. They're all great.
Yeah,
Outstanding. We love them all.
I love that. Beautiful. Number three, quote by Plotinus, it says, "The soul that beholds beauty becomes beautiful."
Yeah, so you should always radiate beauty, and you should always keep your soul pure and beautiful no matter what you do. This Maya delusional world has a way of throwing mud on you and trying to dirty up your soul and get you to do stuff you don't want to do for some paper fairy dust money. But if you always keep your soul pure and clean and beautiful and always have your soul as your North Star, your guiding light, you should always be great on the spiritual path. So always keep your soul pure, beautiful, cleansed, and don't dirty up your soul with this Maya delusional world, Always have a beautiful soul. So beautiful souls, I salute you. Keep up the good work. You're looking very beautiful out here and a good example. Let your soul be your North Star, your guiding light, and bring your soul to the forefront and bring all the distractions, identities, and conditionings to the background, So always keep a beautiful soul.
Nice. Number four, quote by Plotinus, "Withdraw into yourself and look."
Yeah, so this is a traditional yogic perspective. You know, if you can't go outside, go inside. So when the C word happened, I called my guru. He said, if you can't go outside, go inside, which means always retreat to your happy place inside you as you. Always go to your sacred sanctuary inside you as you. So you don't need to get on an airplane. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to spend any money. Just go in your closet, close the door, and be alone with yourself. So always retreat to your happy place, your spiritual sanctuary, your meditation garden inside you as you. So yeah, I would agree 100%. You know, silence is the best teacher. So be alone with yourself for a few moments every day, and you should be okay, you know? So always retreat to your happy place, your sacred sanctuary, your meditation garden, inside you as you.
Number 5 quote by Plotinus: "The stars are like letters that inscribe themselves at every moment in the sky. Everything in the world is full of signs. All events are coordinated. All things depend on each other. Everything breathes together."
Yeah, so when I was in the Himalayan mountains, you couldn't believe the stars show. There was no light pollution. The stars were the best teacher and the best guide and GPS in the whole universe. I was hypnotized by the stars every night, just looking up at them. You know, you couldn't believe the light show, the universe on the stage of the sky, the night sky every night. Like, you know, just thinking about it almost brings a tear to my eye. So yeah, the stars were the best light show in the history of the universe, and the best teachers, and the best GPS and guidance in the whole world. So yeah, just thinking about the stars right now, I'm getting choked up. You know, it was so beautiful, you know? So when you separate yourself from the light pollution and you see the stars, like, there's no need to go to Times Square or Las Vegas. The best light show is away from the light pollution in the mountains. You wouldn't believe how beautiful it was, you know? Like yeah, what a great GPS. So yeah, the greatest guidance system in the world just is above. Look up, and if you're away from some light pollution, you're in the mountains or in the forest somewhere, you can't believe how beautiful it is and how great the light show is. So no need for electricity in the Himalayan mountains. We have the greatest light show in the history of the world right above our head every night when the sun goes down.
Beautiful.
Welcome to the Kriya Yoga Masterclass, the #1 yoga community on SKOOL. Inside, you'll get unlimited access to live weekly Kriya Yoga classes, soul talks live from a Thailand beach, live Kriya Yoga satsangs, bi-monthly full moon and new moon holy fires, 500 plus on-demand videos, and you get it all for only $200. One-time payment, lifetime access. Go to Kriya Yoga Masterclass and join the Kriya Yoga Masterclass today. Go to kriyayogamasterclass.com. Inside the Kriya Yoga shop, you'll discover 108 Raksha beads and Vedgari Moksha's divine hand-painted artwork on t-shirts, notebooks, tumblers, and canvases for Kali, Samadhi, Shiva and Shakti, Babaji on the fire, Lord Ganesha, the 7 chakras, the Sri Yantra, Enlightened Vedguru Dev, the Holy Yagna Fire, Shanmukhi Mudra. If this artwork represents your soul, visit kriyayogashop.com.
Number 6 quote by Plotinus: "We must not run after it, but we must fit ourselves for the vision, and then wait tranquilly for it, as the eye waits on the rising of the sun, which in its own time appears above the horizon and gives itself to our sight."
Yeah, I like this one too. Like my guru used to say, run towards money, money runs away from you, run away from money, money runs towards you. So that's kind of my perspective. Like it's all in divine timing. So we stay ready so we don't have to get ready. So whatever blessings of the universe is coming, I'm always open to it and acceptive and ready for it. You know, like I always try to raise my consciousness. All of our kriyas and our techniques are raising our consciousness totally. So if the universe gives us a blessing and we're existing in lower frequency, it's going to be invisible to us. We're not going to know it. So we're always trying to get our divine antenna up so we could be acceptive when the blessings come. So when people say like higher consciousness, the collective consciousness in the universe is making a shift, yeah, but if you're not open to it, if you're dwelling in the lower frequencies, you're not going to be receptive to it. So it's not going to matter to you. So always do your inner work, bringing your consciousness to a higher level. So when there is a shift or when there is a collective higher consciousness, you're on that frequency, that wavelength where you could be acceptive to it. So, that's why I kind of laugh like a lot of people are like, there's going to be a change, Jesus is coming. But if you're not at a higher consciousness, it's not going to matter to you. If you do bad all week and Jesus comes, you're not going to be receptive to it. You're not going to. My guru used to say, we only talk to those people that can hear what we're saying. So if a higher consciousness shift comes and you're not existing on a higher consciousness, you're not going to be receptive to it. So always do your inner work, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, So, yeah, all these people that are existing on a lower frequency, they're not going to hear the message, because they're not receptive to it. So, them waiting for somebody to save them, I think they're wasting their time, Save yourself. Do your own inner work and raise your consciousness, So if there is a collective consciousness, you'll be tuned into that radio signal, that frequency, so you could hear what they're saying, right? If you're on a lower frequency and Jesus gives you an audience, it's going to sound like this. You're not going to hear nothing. So clear the signal, right? Align yourself, anchor yourself in your, in your spinal column, your sushumna nadi, and, let the pillar of light hit you, right? So, do your inner work, purify, cleanse your soul so you can get the divine signal when the time is right.
A number 7 quote by Plotinus: fear must be entirely banished. The purified soul will fear nothing.
Absolutely. This is a really traditional Kriya yogic perspective. We always state fearless yogis and yoginis no matter what, right? Even if it's the end of the world, nothing shakes our samadhi. Like I always say, unshakable mountain. No matter how much it snows, unshakable mountain. No matter how much wind, unshakable mountain. No matter how much sun, unshakable mountain. No matter how much rain, unshakable mountain. Unshakable mountain, no matter what, right? Fearless no matter what. We laugh at fear like the joke it is,
Ha ha ha
Ha
ha.
ha ha, good one, huh? Yeah,
Ah,
funny, funny, funny out here. Yeah, oh, you should be scared. That's how they control you. You should be scared of this. You're not scared of it? No, I'm a fearless
no.
yogi and a fearless yogini. I have no fear, right? So the fearless, enlightened soul always overcomes everything. You start to laugh at the Maya delusional world, the matrix, the simulation, whatever you want to call it, like the joke it is. Ha ha ha, good one. This is a funny episode of Seinfeld out here, You're not
Yeah.
scared? No, I'm not
Nope.
scared. I like when my guru said, I asked him one time, Baba, we're in a thin tent in the Himalayan mountains. If the Himalayan Yeti, the Bigfoot of the Himalayan mountains, this abominable snowman, whatever you want to call him, comes, what do we do? He looked at me kind of puzzled. He was like, if the Himalayan Yeti comes and gives us an audience and he's carrying divine loving power, he is our brother. My bed is his bed. I don't care how much hair he has, how big his teeth is, how tall he is our brother. So we're not scared of anything, Even if the devil or Satan himself showed up here right now, I'd give him a knuckle sandwich. I ain't scared of him,
Wow.
I ain't scared of you,
Yeah.
I ain't scared of you. So like,
Woo!
yeah, we stay fearless, yogis and yoginis, and the the ideal, the ultimate goal is to have no fear in you at all, right? Not be scared of anything, and and that's how we become free birds. We're not controlled by anything, we just exist in a fearless state. So stay fearless, my friends. Fearless yogis and yoginis out there everywhere.
Well, number 8 quote by Plotinus is, "The world is knowable, harmonious, and good."
Yeah, if you look at the world through a lens of peace, harmony, love, freedom, then the world is a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful playground. It all depends on your perspective. So if you have a perspective like that and you see the world through a lens like that, then it's always uplifting and always pure and everything. So we always look through the world from that kind of perspective. Like the world is beautiful, the world is peaceful, the world is harmonious. The world is vivid, dynamic. So we always look through the world through that perspective, as a beautiful world.
Number 9 quote by Plotinus is, "We must close our eyes and invoke a new manner of seeing, a wakefulness that is the birthright of us all, though few put it to use."
Yeah, so we always lead with our spiritual eye, our third eye, our Agna chakra, our eyebrow chakra, and that's we see through our spiritual eye. So when we start to walk the spiritual path, we use our third eye, our eyebrow chakra, our Agna as our guiding light, our North Star, our inner GPS system. So when you have that perspective, then you always
Yeah.
lead with that. You lead with your third eye. So we always use our spiritual eye to guide us and be our flashlight, our headlights on the spiritual path. And we always use it as our guiding light, our North Star, our inner GPS. So, yeah, always use your third eye, your eyebrow chakra, your Agna is your guiding light, your inner GPS.
Nice. Well, number 10 quote by Plotinus, our last one. "Thus, with the good we have the bad. We have opposed movements of a dancer guided by one artistic plan. We recognize in his steps the good as against the bad, and see that it is in that opposition lies the merit of the design."
Yeah, so as Kriya yogis and Kriya yoginis, we live in a state of equanimity. We don't really see like the good or the bad, the right or the wrong, the masculine or the feminine, the Ida, the Pingla, the yin and the yang. We try to stay in a state of equanimity. Like we have no dog in the fight. We just kind of go with the flow and let it take us wherever it takes us. So when you have that Kriya yoga perspective of equanimity, you don't really have no dog in the fight. You don't really have any expectation. You don't have any wants for rewards or results. It happens the way it happens. You're not trying to change the end of the movie. You're not trying to change the outcome of the situation. You just let it happen the way it happens. And you become more of a detached witness. Like, I'm just watching the Maya delusional movie on the screen of the universe play out the way it plays out on the stage. Okay, this I got my popcorn. This is an interesting movie. I'm not trying to change the end of the movie. I'm just letting it happen the way it happens. So we don't have any judgment of right or wrong, good or bad. It just we exist in a state of equanimity. It kind of flows the way and happens the way it happens without judgment. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to put no label or judgment on anything. I let it happen the way it happens, and that's the way it comes out. So That's kind of how I look at it all. I'm like, let it happen the way it happens, and should be okay. So
Yeah.
going with the flow. No expectations. No wants for certain outcomes to happen. You begin to realize the universe doesn't happen the way you want it to happen. It happens the way it wants to happen. So you gotta adjust, be light on your toes. Adjust accordingly, pivot, change course on a dime, right? Because who knows what this world is gonna do tomorrow, or the next day, or in the future. It happens the way it happens. So I try to stay light on my toes, adjust accordingly, pivot when I need to, like I always have the perspective. I'm always excited to wake up because every day is a surprise when you're with Baba G. So how is Baba G gonna surprise me today? Never disappoints. That was
Never
interesting. All
disappoint.
right, let's adjust accordingly. Let's
Yeah.
change direction. I was planning on doing this today, but the world didn't adjust to me, so I adjust to it. I don't work for God. God doesn't work for me. I work for God, So I adjust accordingly. Like, what are we doing today, God? Okay, well, I'm going to adjust accordingly, So the world doesn't happen the way I want it to happen. It happens the way it wants to happen. So I just adjust accordingly. So stay light on your toes, my friends. Pivot, change course, change direction, adjust accordingly out here because the world definitely doesn't happen the way you want it to happen. It happens the way it wants to happen. So when you have that understanding, you adjust, you stay light on your toes, and change course whenever needed.
Well, thank you, Vedgurudev, for your profound yogic insights of the Greek philosopher Plotinus. He was someone who lived hundreds of years ago and had these profound thoughts of the soul, and what we are is quite extraordinary. In his last dying breath, he said, when he was dying, he said, "Strive to give back to the divine in yourself, to the divine in the all." I just thought that was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Strive to be one with God. God inside you as you, right? The omnipresence. The kingdom of heaven is within. So I wasn't familiar. This is the first time I ever heard of
Me
Plotinus,
too.
but I did my best to answer all Plotinus's questions. What country Plotinus was from? Greek?
Greece. So,
Greece, okay.
yeah.
The Greek philosopher Plotinus. I'm not familiar, but now I am. So hopefully I gave you some insights on the Greek philosopher Plotinus. 10 divine quotes from the Greek philosopher Plotinus, interpreted by Vedgurudev. If you would like to support, I invite you to go to kriyayogamasterclass.com, the #1 yoga community on SKOOL, where seekers from around the world learn the sacred science of Kriya Yoga, awakening peace, clarity, and higher consciousness. Visit kriyayogamasterclass.com and join the masterclass today. Go to kriyayogashop.com. Inside the Kriya Yoga Shop, you'll discover 108 Raksha beads and Vedgari Moksha's divine hand-painted artwork on t-shirts, notebooks, tumblers, and canvases. If this artwork resonates with your soul, visit kriyayogashop.com. Become a YouTube channel member here. Click the YouTube-related video here. Tap the subscribe, like, and hype buttons. Jai Babaji.